Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Now, I have put this info in all sorts of little places. Yeah, good, we're live. I put this info in all sorts of little places because there are so many women that I know who need to hear this message today, who need to be on this money mindset class today. If you've seen the title, if it's attracted you, I hope so. If you're a woman entrepreneur, it's basically I'm going to talk through today how to have a fear-free business brain in 90 seconds. How amazing does that feel? Good morning, Jess. Yes, I'm so pleased you're here. So Jess is phenomenal. She's doing amazing work in the world, and as is all of my community. So I want to thank you all. So if you're here now live, thank you, thank you. If it's the first time you've joined me, my name is Sarah Asquith-Vallance. I am a brain scientist, and what I do is I help women entrepreneurs get out of their own way so they understand their superpower, which is the bit going on between their two ears, their brain. I help them understand what is going on, what's holding them back in their business. So it could be any fears, any mindsets, any belief systems that's hanging around. So I cover all those. I'm also the founding creator of the Empowered Mind Money Method, which is an amazing course which covers oh goodness me, let me think. It obviously covers brain science, we cover quantum physics, we cover mindset, and we also cover any blocks in particular that are holding you back in business, which could be visibility, it could be getting on the phone and talking to people, all sorts of bits and pieces that hold us back as women entrepreneurs. So if you have joined me today, we are talking about fear, and it's huge. It's so huge is fear. There are over 50 fears that we can experience. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Excuse me. I've got my tea today. Anybody else got a cup of tea? I've got spiced turmeric in my cup today because I notice I always cough when I'm talking quite a lot. So yeah, I've got my spiced turmeric today. Yeah, so I've noticed that there's one of the main things is that with the women I work with is there's just the fear that holds them back. As I say, there's 50. But there's very particular ones that hold women entrepreneurs back, and sometimes it's not even the same as the men, which is why I love working with women, because we have so many different stories that we've come with and so many different fears. Jess says she's a coffee person. That's okay, Jess, good for you. There's so many fears that we come to our businesses with that we have been fed, we have learnt, we have been conditioned, everything that our brain's taken on. So we come with these fears, whether we like it or not, or whether we sometimes even know it or not. Okay, so today I'm talking about the fears that hold women entrepreneurs back, but I'm going to tell you what you can do today to start releasing some of those fears. So if you're up for it, if you're with me, if you're live, even if you're not, type in the chat box. I'd love to hear. Do you have any fears? And let me know that one particular one that is holding you back right now from making any money in your business. Well, not any money, but making the money you really want to make in your business, and to have that success and that impact and that income that you want to have in your business. So today is the class. If you want to type in, that's absolutely fine. If you want to just sit and work from home, that's okay. Grab your journal. But I want you today to get really super clear on this. Let's start with one particular fear, because once we know that one particular fear, once you have it in your head, I'd love you to follow this down this track that I'm going to take you today. And then hopefully you can start releasing, you can start to learn to release. So yeah, so what I do is I've studied for a long time brain science, and things that hold us back as women entrepreneurs, the behavior we have, the fears we have, the emotions we have, the feelings we have, the beliefs we have, everything that makes us up as a woman entrepreneur. And it's very, very different, the fears that we have in our everyday lives, in our normal lives, as to when we step out on our own with our name above the door and we claim who we are. Okay, so this is why this work is so super important for women entrepreneurs to do. It's the most important work. Before you even open your computer in the morning, you have to get your mindset in the right place. And as I say, there's lots of different aspects that I cover, that I train on through the Empowered Money Mindset method and the Empowered Money Success method through your business. So wonderful. Okay, so I've got one, at least one in brilliant. So Jess says, one fear, question. Fear of disappointment, fear of rejection, fear of success. There are so many. Jess, you're not alone. I have to say, you aren't alone. There are so many. And I think everybody watching would also kind of go, oh my gosh, yes, that is the one. So lovely. If you've just joined me, we're talking about harnessing one particular fear that you have in your brain regarding your business. So Jess has listed a few, which is disappointment, rejection, fear, also fear of success. We have fears of not being good enough, not being smart enough, of being judged, of losing friends, fear of succeeding and failing, fear of failing again. There's so many of these fears that have taken us and where we find ourselves right this very moment in this very day. But I want to say you are in the right place. If you are here, you're here for a reason, because you want to change all that. And I want to thank you so much. So yeah, we have all those different fears. So first of all, I'll talk a bit about the brain science, because I know people will often say, I don't really care, I just want to get rid of it. But I want to tell you exactly what's going on so you fully understand it and you are aware of exactly what's going on in your brain. So we start with the brainstem, the limbic system, which is kind of centrally, and the prefrontal cortex. Okay, so we are working with the whole of the brain, which is part of the fear system. So we have the bit at the back, the brainstem. We have like the reptilian brain. Now our brain is, if you know, is there for 3 reasons. And it's not to make you any money, and it's not to make you successful. Okay. So if anybody has any ideas as to what those 3 brain reasons why we have a brain in our head, then jot them down. But I think I know some of you will already know this. Number 1 is to keep us alive. It's for survival. Okay. Number 2 is to keep us away from pain. Now that could be emotional pain, financial pain, physical pain, spiritual pain. Okay, it's any pain. And thirdly is energy efficiency. Okay, it's to keep us energy efficient. I'm just going to scroll through. Keep us safe, Jess. Yes, keep us energy efficient. Exactly. It's not to make us successful. And as soon as women entrepreneurs totally understand what is going on with their brain, the whole world will change, I guarantee. So yeah, number 1, survival. Number 2, pain, or moving away, out of pain. And number 3 is energy efficiency. That has kept us going for millions and millions of years. Okay. But I have to say that we are all born with this wiring. It's absolutely normal. If you are feeling fear in any situation in your business, it's absolutely normal, because we are hardwired from birth, excuse me, to have this running. Just like small animals are hardwired to obviously step up and run away from predators, etc. We don't have that wiring, but we have that wiring to keep us alive, to keep us away from pain, and to keep us energy efficient as possible. And so it's absolutely normal to feel fear, particularly in your business. Okay, I want you to take that home with you today. It's normal to feel fear in your business. However, I have to tell you that it is a signal in your brain that there's a potential life-threatening problem, okay? But it's just a signal that there is a potential life-threatening problem. The word here is potential, okay? It's not something awful is going to happen. It's just that there is a potential for something to happen. So what we do when we come across this fear that gets triggered, we automatically want to move away. And I see this all the time with women entrepreneurs, is they get to a certain point in their business and then they don't go any further. They may reach a glass ceiling on the amount of money they think they can make. They may realize that they want to get more visible in the world, but something is putting the brakes on because they don't feel safe. And the reason they don't feel safe is because often this is a new place. This is a new way of doing things. The brain doesn't like it. The brain is not wired for experiencing and feeling really excited and happy about new stuff. So lady entrepreneurs out there, you're fine, but there's work to do. So we have to remember that it is just a potential. It is just a signal to let you know. So basically, fear is activated by a part of the brain called the amygdala. This activates the right prefrontal cortex. This is the negative side of your brain. This is the, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here type of situation part of the brain. It then goes further back into your memory bank and it retrieves information that you have already experienced, which could be fear of judgment, lack, not feeling good enough, all of those aspects that women entrepreneurs feel. It's already in there. That feeling is already in there, and your brain goes to retrieve it. And when it finds it, which it does within like milliseconds, it matches it, and then it gives a reason as to why you should stay fearful and why you should not move any further forwards. Which is why, my lovelies, we stop in business. we get fear to block us, and sometimes I have to say we don't even know that it's fear that we do that's blocking us. Sometimes we aren't even aware that there is a fear going on, because our the other side of our brain, it's the one that comes up with all the ideas, with all the great stuff, with all the, guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to put out this program. I'm going to make this, this amazing community. I'm going to sort this mindset retreat. There's 100 different things, I get it as well. And I have to work every single day. So, yeah, because my brain is naturally, like everybody else's, although I teach this, it's naturally wired from birth to do the three main things. So, let's talk about a goal you would love to set. So you have a fear in your brain, you're understanding what is going on when you are experiencing that fear. Next, either in your journal or jot it down on here so we can all just take part. Thank you so much, Jess. It's brilliant. Imagine a goal that you want to achieve by the end of this month. It could be that you want to earn 10k, 20k, 50k. It could be you want to put a new program out into the world in the new year. It could be absolutely anything. It's a goal in your business. So I will let you just mull over that idea. What is that goal in your business? So while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you exactly what is going on in your brain. While you are coming up with this amazing goal in your business, you're activating the left prefrontal cortex of your brain. This is the Einstein part. This is the imagination. This is the visions. This is the kind of like, this is going to happen. I'm going to make this amazing. This is the what you want part of the brain. So what happens then is dopamine gets released, and you get super excited. You're going to go for it. Then it sends a message to the right prefrontal cortex to say, oh, hang on a second. They're going to do something new. Let's go back into the memory bank and see exactly what is going to happen. And your brain retrieves a fear. Exactly. Your brain retrieves a fear. And it's like a warning signal fires again. So although you have amazing, amazing goals and dreams, there's all sorts of things literally happening split seconds in your brain that will put the brakes on every single time, unless you are trained to understand what is going on and how you can change it. So when the warning systems start to fire, we have things like adrenaline and cortisol, and you naturally then move away from the fear and from that bit that makes us scared. Is this making sense, ladies? I hope so. I really hope so, because this is exactly what is going on in our entrepreneurial brains every single day when we are struggling with fears. So I want to tell you next what we can do. Here we go. This is what we can do. This are the steps. So I have the 4 R's. These are really, really well known in the scientific world as to how to change mindset, how to reprogram brains, and how to kind of build new neural pathways. So first of all, the 4 R's are recognize, reframe, release, and retrain. Jess says, oh my God, yes, it happens I'm guessing all the time. Yes, time. Yeah, I just nearly missed the message there, Jess. Happens all the time. Yeah. So the 4 R's: recognize, reframe, release, retrain. They're the steps that you need to take. So these are obviously the aspects that I cover in my courses with my clients. We do all the brain training and retraining. We build all the neural pathways, the neural networks, and I teach you how you can see your business, how you can see money, how you can see success in a completely different way than you are currently seeing it. So first of all, I'll just talk about one of the R's today. So first of all, we have to recognize the fear. So yes, we do recognize fear, as I said, because it becomes very, very physical in our bodies. We get a feeling, we get, it could be like racing heart, it could be sweatiness, it could just be something like a little voice in your head that's like, you don't want to do this. Don't do this. It's not safe. Okay. Because it's there. It's there. If it can find a memory of that, it will bring it forward. So, first of all, I want you to harness back that fear that we first spoke about. So obviously we spoke about a fear, we spoke about a goal, and I want you to go back again and harness that feeling of that fear. So Jess gave that as a few of those great examples. Yeah, disappointment, rejection, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of showing up, fear of being judged. There's so many as women entrepreneurs. And it doesn't come naturally to many of us. So yeah, I want you to feel that emotion and feel it where you're feeling it in the body, okay? Because yeah, you will feel it in the body. So actually bringing that emotion forward is a process that happens in the subconscious. So it doesn't even happen in our conscious brain. It's stored in there already. So when you feel that fear, you will release chemicals of like cortisol and adrenaline, and any excessive of these chemicals in your body and are getting released they lead to the 4 F's, which is fight, flight, flee, and what was the other one? Faint. I think I've got my 4 F's right today. So fight, flight, freeze. Sorry, fight, flight, freeze, and faint. They're the 4 things that you will do, or you potentially could do, if you are getting so overwhelmed by the chemicals of adrenaline and cortisol in your brain. So to finish off today, I'm going to give you this tip. This is the 90 seconds that it will take. It's probably going to take less than 90 seconds to calm everything down in your brain and to release that fear response. Freeze. Yes, Jess, freeze. So I want you to take 6 deep breaths. This is such a well-known technique, but it's so simple that people don't do it because they think it's yeah, just breathing is too much. But I want you to take 6 deep breaths. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. So in for 5 and then out for 5. Imagine you're blowing out birthday candles or blowing through a straw. So you funnel all of the energy of the breath out of your body in like a particular tiny hole. Okay, so why does this work? So this oxygenates the brain, and as the brain becomes oxygenated, it also deactivates that stress response. So it deactivates all of those fear systems that we currently find. So that could take you, basically, if you do it 6 times, it's going to take less than 90 seconds. And this is what then totally calms all of the fear centers in your brain. It's amazing. It's the most simplest technique. It's not often taught, but it's something I teach all my clients. I'm so pleased to give it to you today because I see so many women just getting so stressed about their businesses and losing direction and losing focus because of fear. So yeah, basically what happens is, you know, when you get stressed, your vagus nerve flattens and you become more shallow breathing. So this is a great way to basically start oxygenating your body, oxygenate your brain, and it just basically deactivates all of the fear centers, all of the stress responses. So the key today is when you are recognizing that fear, don't let it run away with you. Don't let it take over. If you are so clear on exactly what you are doing in your business, who you're serving, who it's for, what the steps you need to take to achieve the goals that you want, if you know exactly what those are, then there is also that way to stop any fear in that situation. So my key number 1 takeaway is to be responsive and not reactive in your business. When you can recognize that fear, you can reframe it, release it, and retrain it. And then you become responsive and not reactive. I want to thank you so much for joining me on today's training. If you have any questions, if anything has come up today that you want to work with, you want to work on, and you know that fear and aspects of fear are holding you back in your business, but you don't know exactly what to do about it or how to change it, then you're very welcome to private message me. We'll hop on a call and yeah, we will just chat through and see if there's anything I can do to help you any further. If you've really enjoyed this training today, please give me some hearts, some likes, some loves. If you've really enjoyed it and you know other people out there that would love to hear this, you can also share it as well. I would absolutely love that. We need to get this message out because I see so many entrepreneurial women with their head in a computer, working on their funnels and their emails and their systems, and they're missing the main part, which is what makes them phenomenal, which is understanding their brain. So if you are at all interested in having any support, just to let you know, my website is sarahasquith-vallance.com. I'll drop that link for anybody who wants to know. You can get in touch with me here on Facebook or via my website, but I am the creative founder of the Empowered Mind Money Method and the Empowered Mind Success Method. I help women entrepreneurs get out of their own way so they can make a massive income and impact in their businesses. Thank you again so much, everybody, for joining me on today's training, and I will catch up with you definitely next Tuesday, if not before. See you soon. Thanks now. Bye.